On, everybody? It's me, Nathan, here from the Hearthstone Innovators, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my top 10 must-crafts and the cards that I think will be played the most in the upcoming standard meta for Knights of the Frozen Throne expansion. So we're going to start off with one of the stronger Death Knights in my opinion, and that is none other than Valeera the Hollow. I think Valeera the Hollow is going to see a pretty good amount of play in Rogue because of her amazing ability to gain stealth until your next turn. Pretty much heals you, I'd say, another 10 with that 5 armor that you already gain on average. That's like a 15 health. Nice swing. And also, her passive hero power can be insanely strong in Rogue where you're comboing and just need more value for late game, giving you a Shadow Reflection that can just copy any other card that you play before it is very strong, and I think that Valeera will see a lot of play coming up in the standard meta. Next, I believe that Malfurion, the Pestilent, will be one of the stronger Death Knights coming up in this expansion at number 9. He's got a great cost at only 7, so you can play him at a mid-game level, and he comes with either 2 poisonous 1/2 spiders or 2 1/5 scares with taunt. So either you can pretty much gain 15 health with 2 bodies, or have 2 spiders that could easily, at least one of them, remove a pretty decent threat. And you also get that 5 armor, of course, like with any other Death Knight, and an upgraded hero power. And for his, it's Plague Lord, which is choose one. You can either gain 3 attack a turn or 3 armor, which I think is a very strong selection to choose. Either an upgraded version of Warrior's hero power or really just of his own. And if you have Fandral in play, you get both abilities when he comes into play and on the hero power, which I think is insanely powerful. I think that Malfurion has a wide range of decks that he can be played in versus a lot of the other hero knights because he's just solid and he's only at 7 mana, as well as giving you minions and a great ability. Going to be played in a Ramp Druid mid-range and probably any other Druid that comes out of the meta. I don't know if that a aggro Druid would play this. Probably not, even though the plus 3 attack can be useful. It's a little too high cost, even in token Druids. So, at number 8, I have a kind of uncommon card that I don't think people have seen too much of, but I think is insanely powerful, and that is the Serenite Chain Gang. So it's a 4-mana 2/3 taunt, battle cry, summon a copy of this minion. So it's very similar to the Doppelgangster mechanic where you're summoning copies of it. So hand buffs make it a 3/4, 4/5, and just keep increasing. But even at base stats, you're getting a 4/6 worth of taunt value out of it, which is the same thing as Pharaoh Spirit without the overload of 2. And yes, while Pharaoh Spirit is 3 cost, it does have the overload 2, which I would say is equal to about a 4 cost card. If not, it's a little worse. And this card just has more upside with Pharaoh than Pharaoh Spirit, being that you get a copy of this minion, and it can also come with Brand Bronze Beard in wild decks. I think that Serenite Chain Gang is definitely a sleeper card that'll be seeing a good amount of play in a lot of mid-range decks, and definitely at least in hand buff Paladin. It's going to see a good amount of play there. So next, speaking of hand buff Paladin, on to my number 7 pick, and that is Righteous Protector. It's a 1-mana, 1/1 taunt Divine Shield. I mean, it seems very simple, and that's what's so great about it, is that it's just 1 mana, you get a 1/1 with Divine Shield. Arching Protector is already played quite commonly, but it has lost a little bit of meta playability due to Firefly and Glacial Shard, but with this Righteous Protector gaining Taunt, makes it like a mini Annoyatron, and man, will this thing be annoying. In hand buff, it's pretty strong. In an aggro Paladin deck, it'll be strong, and even possibly a controlling Paladin deck, because you want an early game drop that can stick around, that can kill a few smaller minions. It combos well with everything that Paladin wants to do, and it's only just 1 mana. It's a very strong card, even though it's only 1 mana, so I believe this card will see a good amount of play in pretty much every Paladin deck. So, going back to Rogue, another strong card that it has at number 6 is Doomerang. Not only do I love the name of this card and the flavor of it, it's just insanely powerful. Throwing your weapon at a minion, it deals its damage and then it returns to your hand. It combos with Lifesteal if you have it on your weapon, with like the Leeching Poison card. It also just does a great amount of damage if you have, let's just say, an Obsidian Shard or a Assassin's Blade and they're losing durability. You deal 3 damage. That's already very good at 1 mana to a minion. 3 damage to a minion on 1 mana, I think, is very strong. And you also get the added ability to play that weapon again with increased durability. Yes, you have to pay the mana again to play it, but it seems insanely strong. Combos with Shadow Blade as well, which will you can get 2 triggers off the immunity. And I think that Doomerang is going to be seeing play in pretty much every rogue deck that it can. I mean, at least as a one-of, it seems insanely powerful. Again, simplistic like the 1/1 Righteous Protector, but at 1 mana, this card has so much possibility. And I think that's why it's in my number 6 spot, and we'll see a lot of play in this coming expansion. Next, rounding off into the number 5 spot, we have Mountain Fire Armor. 3 mana 4/3, Death Rattle. If it's your opponent's turn, gain 6 armor. So gaining 6 armor, I'd rate about 1 mana. Yes, I know Ironhide is 1 mana, gain 5 armor, but that card doesn't see much play. And while, yes, maybe if you gain 6 armor for 1 mana, it would see play, I still doubt it. But the added effect of being a 4/3, which is a very decent stat line at 3 mana with Hired Gun, almost even being able to see play at some points because of the taunt, and this card just being a much stronger version of any other 4/3s that I've really seen in a while in Hearthstone. And the Death Rattle is very strong. Gaining 6 armor is nothing to scoff at. Yes, they could trade a 2 mana 3/2 into it, but when you're gaining 6 armor against what would probably be an aggressive or mid-range deck, it combos insanely well with Shield Slam and just keeping the board state stable while also gaining some armor is very powerful in Warrior, which it can struggle doing that at the early turns. You can play your Fire War Axe, clear a minion, then if they have another minion, yes, they can clear your Mountain Fire armor, but you have the added ability of gaining that 6 armor, possibly playing a Shield Slam on a bigger minion they play later on, and gaining a lot of tempo back, which is what Warrior's so great at. Also, yes, while brawling, you do not gain the 6 armor. I think that it's very strong against opposing opponents who might play Brawl and other board sweeps. So Mountain Fire Armor, again, 3 mana, not much cost to put in your deck, and just the great abilities on a good body. This card is definitely going to see play, and I think Warrior is going to be very strong with this card, as well as other very solid cards coming out of this expansion. Next, at number 4, speaking of a very solid card, and one with tons of capability, it is Ultimate Infestation. 10 mana, deal 5 damage, draw 5 cards, and gain 5 armor, as well as summoning a 5/5 ghoul. I mean, this card is literally a catch-all. You remove a decent threat on the opponent's side of the board, you regain tempo by drawing 5 cards after spending 1 and 10 mana, you gain 5 armor so that if you are losing a board state that you get at least some healing back with that 5 armor, and you also get a 5/5 again, re-puts a minion on the board, so you're getting something out of this at least. And it's just insanely powerful with draw 5 cards, as well as 3 other very good abilities. Doing 5 damage, let's say, is worth about 3 mana. Gaining 5 armor, worth about 1 mana. So that's 4 mana altogether. Then summoning a 5/5 ghoul, I'd say another 4 mana worth of stat line right there, if not 5. So you add those all together, that's already 8 mana worth of card value, and you draw 5 cards for 10. But when you bundle all those abilities together, it's really like you're getting, I'd say, at least 13 of mana worth of value for only 10, which is insanely strong. You're getting a better sprint with a Firelands portal, and as well as it's as if you would combine sprint with Firelands portal and the shield block by warrior. That's 17 mana, but it's only 10 mana for this card. So I think it's going to be insanely strong. Definitely is going to see play in Ramp Druid and mid-range Druids. I can't wait for this card to come out, and I think it's going to be one of my favorite cards to play. Speaking of one of my favorite cards to play, and a very powerful card that gains tons of card advantage, this is the Lich King. Talk about power creep. 8 mana, 8/8 taunt. At the end of your turn, add a random Death Knight card to your hand. And in case you haven't seen the Death Knight cards, they're all insanely powerful for their mana cost. They're worth it almost, I'd say, around double what they're actually spending on. And just the ability that you get an 8/8 taunt against aggro decks or mid-range decks is very powerful. It's an Ironbark Protector with Ysera level of upside. So I think this card is close to, if not stronger than Ysera. I'd say they're pretty equal, only because this can be removed by Shadow or Death, and by minions a little bit easier, but the added value of Taunt and higher attack against certain decks will definitely be stronger than a 4/12. I think this card's more playable in a variety of decks than Ysera, whereas Ysera is very strong in Priest, Paladin, Warrior, more controlling matchups, whereas Lich King I think can see play in every class almost, except for maybe Hunter, where you want to be a little more aggressive. I think that the Lich King will see play in easily Warrior, Warlock, Mage. I could even see some play of this. Druid definitely, Paladin definitely. This card is just insanely powerful. Definitely one of the top cards coming out of this expansion. And it's very fitting because, after all, it is the Lich King. Next, I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite cards from the set. I think personally is definitely going to see the most amount of play for its class and might actually be the strongest card of the set, but I just don't think it has the most overall playability, and that is Defile. Deal 1 damage to all minions. If any die, cast this again. So you get a Whirlwind effect, which then can go into another Whirlwind and another, so on and so forth, which is insanely strong in Warlock, where it doesn't have many early game board sweeping removals. It's got Shadow Bolt and Mortal Coil, but those are single target removals, and you don't get until Hellfire until turn 4, and that also damages you, which you don't want to have to take damage from your spells as a Warlock, because you're already taking enough damage from your other cards. So Defile will help sweep away those early drops from your aggressive opponents, and just help stabilize the board, even in a mid-game for only spending 2 mana, and then you could say you could tap on turn 4, Defile, tap, very strong play. It's better than Hellfire pretty much at that point if you're doing 3 damage to everything. So I think this card is definitely going to see a lot of play, and hopefully Warlock will be a little bit stronger than everyone's thinking at the expansion, and people will be playing this card, because I think it's insanely strong. It's got really gruesome, or at least horrifying art on it. Now, for my number 1 card of the expansion, I think it's pretty simple. It's my favorite class, it's my favorite hero, or at least was, and that is Uther of the Even Blade. 9 mana, Battlecry, equip a 5/3 lifesteal weapon, gain 5 armor, of course, and then the hero power is the 4 horsemen. Summon a 2/2 horseman. If you have all 4, so you have 4 different kinds that you can get, you destroy the enemy hero. So this card was also already very strong with a 5/3 lifesteal weapon, netting you 15 extra health, also added on with that armor over 3 turns. It's a better Ashbringer, and you also get a strong hero power that is debatably better than the Justicar Trueheart hero power of 2 1/1s, and you also have the added upside of destroying the enemy hero if you eventually get all 4. I mean, this card is literally just insane. You beat control after a while because of your horsemen that you can summon. You can counter aggro decks if you get that far into the long game by getting a lifesteal swing. You can destroy mid-range decks because, again, you have a strong weapon, you have a strong hero power, and you already are playing Paladin, which is a very strong class to defend it. I can just see this card with tons of potential. On face value, it's good, and in play, it's going to be good. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the most played card of the set, and definitely I recommend if you're going to craft any legendary for a class, it'd be Uther, and then Lich King, I would say, for your neutral. Because these cards, again, tons of value. Uther is definitely the strongest class, legendary, and the strongest Death Knight overall. Even though the Death Knights are very strong, Uther definitely takes the cake. And that is it, guys, for my card review. I cannot wait for the Knights of the Frozen Throne to come out on not only today, but tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. August 10th release. So I hope everyone has a great time with the expansion. Buy a bunch of packs like I'm going to. I already pre-ordered my 50 to get ready. I'm excited because I got a lot of gold saved up to buy even more. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be doing a pack opening tomorrow. Make sure to watch that. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for the Hearthstone Innovators so the channel can grow and we can make more quality videos like this. And we'll look out for some great deck techs with the upcoming Frozen Throne cards. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.